everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are diving into an important geometry concept, finding the surface area and volume of the rectangular prism. This topic is super useful whether you are figuring out how much a box can hold or how much wrapping paper is required to pack your gift. So let's break it down step by step and with some formulas, with some real life examples. So let's get started. So in the first, I will start with the surface area. What is the surface area? The surface area is the total area of all the six faces of this rectangular prism. First of all, the rectangular prism has six faces and three dimensions. So the longer one is often denoted by the length. This one is the width and this one is the height. Now, if you look carefully, this one from here to here, this is the front face and the back face is this one. Since this is a three-dimensional picture or a three-dimensional solid, so we have to little bit visualize that this is the front and this is the back. Now, where are the two side faces? So this is one of the side face. You can say it's a right side face and the left side face is over here. Now, what is left? We are done with the front, back, side faces, and now the top. This is the top face. This is the top face. And where is the bottom or the base? This is the bottom or the base. So a rectangular prism has six faces and six faces, which out of which two are top and bottom, two are the side faces, and two are the front and back faces. So when I say surface area means the sum of the areas of all these six faces. Of all the six faces, that is the total surface area of this rectangular prism. So now if you look at the front face, this is the length and this is the height. So the area of the front and the back face is length times height. So the front and back area is 2 times length times height. Why did I multiply it with 2? Because front and the back face are exactly the identical faces. Now let's look at the side faces. The side faces, if you look at the dimensions, you have width and height. So the area of this part is width times height. Same will be the area of this part, this side face, width times height. So the two side faces have the area has the area of 2 times width times height. What is left? The top and the bottom. Now if you look at the top, this is the top area. So the top has this length and what is this? This is the width. So the area of the top is length times width and that same is the area for the bottom part. So the area for top and bottom is 2 times length times width. Now, when I'm saying surface area is the sum of the areas of all these six faces, it means I will add all this. So eventually the surface area of the rectangular prism comes out to be 2 times length times width plus 2 times width times height plus 2 times height times L. Why I'm multiplying it by 2? Because front, back, side faces, top and bottom, they are the congruent or exactly the same faces. So we are adding the areas of all the six faces, and since opposite faces are equal, so we multiply them by 2. Let's pick an example that if this is a rectangular prism and the length is given as 8 centimeter, the width is suppose 5 centimeter and the height is 4 centimeter. So how to find the surface area of this box? So 2 times, what is the length? 8. So 2 times 8 times, what is the width? 5. So this is for this part plus 2 times width times height. So width is 5 and height is 4 plus 2 times height is 4 and the length is 8. You simply have to plug in the values of width, height and length. Now this will give me 80 plus this will give me 40 plus this will give me 2 times 4, 8. 8 times 8 is 64. and eventually my answer comes out to be 184. Now what about the units? They all the dimensions were in centimeter, so of course centimeter, but since it's an area, so area is always measured in square units, centimeter square, meter square. Okay, so that is the formula for the surface area of the rectangular prism. Length, width and height would be given to you in the question. You simply have to plug in the values, calculate the area, and don't forget to put the unit. All right, let's take one more example. If the length is 6 centimeter, the width is 3 centimeter, and the height is 2 centimeter. You can pause the video here to find out the area yourself, and then you can check along with me. So the formula of the surface area is 2 times length times w, length times width, plus 2 times width times height, plus 2 times height times L. Simply plug in the values. Length is 6, width is 3, plus 2 times width is 3, height is 2, plus 2 times height is 2 and length is 6. So 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 6 is 36, plus 2 times 3 is 6, 12, plus 24. So it will give me 6, 36 plus 12 plus 24, 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 72 centimeters square. That is the area of surface area of this rectangular prism. All good. Let's go on to the volume. What is the volume of any rectangular prism? Volume is the measure of how much space is inside the box. The volume is how much we can store inside the box. If I'm going to fill the water inside this rectangular prism, how much water can I fill? If I want to put some chocolates inside this rectangular prism, how many chocolates can I put inside it? So volume is actually the measure of the space inside the box. How much space it holds, how much space the box holds. That is the volume. So the volume formula of any prism is always base area times height. Now, what is the base area? So if I draw it little bit like three-dimensionally like this. Okay, let me erase this one. We don't need it. All right. So this is length, this is width, and this is height. Now, if I look at the base, this is the base. And what is the area of the base? Of course, it has length and width. So the area of the base is length times width. So base area is length times width multiplied by the height. And that's the formula for the volume. It's very easy as compared to the surface area. All you need to do is to multiply the three dimensions, length times width times height. All right. So for example, the length is 8, width is 5, and the height is 4. So what will be the volume? So volume is length times width times height. So it's 8 times 5 times 4, and the volume is 160 centimeter. But is it centimeter square or centimeter cube? It's cube. Always remember, volume is always in cubic units. The surface area is always in square units, and volume is always in cubic units. Okay, you try one on your own. If the length of this rectangular prism is 10 and the width is suppose 6 and the height is 3, so what will be the volume of this rectangular prism? The formula is length times width times height. So 10 times 6 times 3, and the volume is 180 cubic centimeter. Now, so what is the difference between the surface area and the volume? Basically, surface area is the space on the outside, like area of this face, this face, this face, the back face, the side face, and the bottom face. So area of all these 6 faces added together give you the surface area. It is always measured in square units, centimeter square, meter square, inches square, foot square, whatever. Okay. And volume is how much space is inside the box, how much it can hold. So it is a measure of the space inside, and it is always measured in cubic units, centimeter cube, meter cube, foot cube, and all that. So how you can think, the volume is the space inside, and the surface area is how much you need to suppose paint the room or wrap the gift. Okay, so around the outside boundary or the outside surface is surface area, and the inside space is the volume. Okay, let's do one question, the real life example in which we have to calculate both the volume and the surface area of the rectangular prism. So suppose this is a water tank. It is shaped like a triangular prism. The length is 2 meter. The width is 1.5 meter and the height is of 1 meter. The picture is not to scale. So what will be the volume and surface area of this tank? Let's start with the volume. Volume formula is length times width times height. So 2 times 1.5 times 1. So the answer is 3 cubic meters. And if we talk of the surface area formula is 2 LW plus 2 WH plus 2 times height times length. So if you put the all the length, width and height, so 2 times 1.5 plus 2 times 1.5 times 1 plus 2 times 1 times 2. So it is 6 plus 3 plus 4, and the answer is 13 square units because it's the surface area. Thank you for watching. It was a very short video just on surface area and volume of the rectangular prism. So what next? I will be back in the next video with the surface area and volume of the triangular prism. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you. See you in the next one. Bye bye.